Hey there, ladies and fricks. This is Night Falcon. So, I don't normally do this. Um, I just thought about a lot of things when it came to this game. By that game, I mean Sonic Frontiers. I've been a Sonic fan for as long as I can remember. I mean, geez, I'm 35. I've been around this scene for a minute. Wish I was more involved in the Sonic community, but don't have the time. I am a father. But I've been playing Sonic for as long as I can remember, obviously, since the Sega Genesis era. I've had my chances to play on the Sega Master System, the Game Gear, the Genesis, the CD, Sega Saturn, and Sega Dreamcast, all that good stuff back in the day. The funny thing is I used to have a Super Nintendo, and I remember trading one of my cousins back in the day. I traded him my Super Nintendo for his Sega Genesis. The first time I've seen Sonic the Hedgehog, it was Sonic 2, and I fell in love with the color and the character and the speed. Just fast. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I asked him if we wanted to trade, and he said yeah. So I had my chance at knowing who Sonic was, and I was obsessed ever since then. Still am till this day. My favorite Sonic game, Sonic 3, and then of course Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I always wondered why I liked Sonic 3 so much, and it was because, not knowing this at the time, but having Michael Jackson help out with the music, always made me wonder why I liked it so much. I'm also a big Michael Jackson fan, and also still am to this day. Yeah, it's a good time. And well, this leads me on to what I'm gonna keep rambling on about. From what it looks like, it's the two communities separated. Not too well informed in that. Like I said, I don't know too much about the community. I wish I was more involved, but I just don't have the time. But when I do, have the time, I go in and check it out, see what's going on. And from what it looks like, you got anyone around my age who prefers the 2D Sonic, the Sega Genesis era, versus any 3D game, But I don't really have a side myself. I like it all, at least the good games, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I guess you'd say, is forgiven because that's the first time they ever went 3D, truly 3D. I know on the Sega Saturn they tried to attempt it, and it was impossible. I guess, the Sega Saturn wasn't strong enough. And so Sonic Extreme became Sonic Adventure, and the game is fun for what it is. The idea of the cows and taking care of them and going on the races and all that good stuff. It's cool because you get that sense of you got your money's worth, after finishing what is the story with all the characters and everything. Even in Sonic Adventure 2, the good side and bad side, or dark side, or whatever, you still had the Chow to go and have your fun. You could still keep playing the game and level up those little Chows. And I guess it leads us to today. Being Sonic Frontiers come out. My personal opinion, I love it. It's a good time. I'm having fun so far. I can get around the crazy controls. Most 3D Sonic games have been that way for as long as I can remember. And anyone who plays it long enough gets used to it, how to handle the characters. But aside from that, yeah, I have no complaints. The game is fun. I could see the reason why I've seen people asking for the Chows. I think that's an adventure thing. Maybe someday in the future we'll get Sonic Adventure 3. Who knows? I think that's the only way they'll bring that back. Music, like always, whether the game is good or bad, it's always on point. It's always a jam. It's fun. Like I said, I don't see what the big deal is. Perfection is hard when it comes to these games nowadays. The longer they take to make, the harder it is to check on them and test them out and find all the bugs that make the game broken. If I remember correctly, Sonic 06 was intentionally busted out the way it was because someone in Sega somewhere decided to sabotage the game. I guess that's just, they meant to ruin it. One thing I would like to see in a future Sonic game is to be able to play with the other characters instead of them just being part of the story, because that was a good thing. But again, I think it's a Sonic Adventure kind of thing, and that's why they haven't really done it too much after. I know Sonic Heroes was kind of a thing, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it was different. But as far as I know, it's a good game, and I recommend it for anyone who wants to check it out. And I hope I made a point. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Give it a like if you'd like. And maybe I'll do some more of these. There's always a lot on my mind. And until next time, have a good one.